What's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we have a late night video for you because we just had to get right after bouncing back because we had a rough Taco Tuesday. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. We didn't do so well. That game, the WNBA game, was not great, to say the least. The Sparks, it was a pretty rough one. But we are feeling good about this 5-game slate we have for July 10th, Wednesday. So we wanted to jump on this value because there's a lot of value on the board right now. And, a lot of these plays are definitely going to get bumped by tomorrow. So we're like, okay, let's just get right into bouncing back, get back in there with the community. And we actually have 6 plays for you that we like because it's a big slate. And we figure coming off of 0-4, why not give you guys 6? But yeah, as always, if you don't like any of these plays, just fade them. But I feel really good about these. Some of these plays I actually had locked in earlier with some of my slips from today. Some of them are still alive, but yeah, it was a rough one. The tacos weren't hitting. It was like, I don't know, just not a good Taco Tuesday so far. But hopefully you guys did better. I don't know. Jordy, did you have as rough of a Tuesday as I did?
Oh, God, yeah. It was not great at all. I know that Chris Sale hit his taco, so thank God for Chris Sale.
Yeah.
But he had a great game, too, by the way. But baseball was fun to watch. I had a terrible slip for baseball as well. So it was just kind of one of those nights, I guess. Yeah, it's one we'll have to bounce back from. It happens,
Yeah, it does.
I always just think of the little, picture of, the guy mining with the gold on the other side of the wall, and he gives up right before the gold's on the other side. It's like, that's what we got to keep doing.
For sure. That made me think of Minecraft for some reason as soon as you said that. But
yeah.
All right. Well, if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can jump on these plays before they get bumped or removed. And if you guys don't mind, do us a favor, hit that like button. We appreciate the support. We know we're coming off of a rough one, but we're going to bounce back. So we want to give you 6 plays just so you have all the options you want. If you like any of these, just fade the ones you don't like, take the ones you do. We'll break down all the details for why we like these plays. If you haven't signed up for Prize Picks or Underdog yet, for Prize Picks, use the promo code at the bottom of the screen. They'll match your deposit up to $100. And for Underdog, use code BACKDOOR. They'll give you a deposit match up to $250, and they're going to give you an instant pick'em special, discounted play to help you cash your first slip. And there's a link in the description for both of those. So yeah, we don't really need to dive into the recap. It was just a rough one. And even like Courtney Williams, she didn't do anything. I mean, she didn't need to though, because I took her points and rebounds, and Minnesota was just sinking everything. There wasn't a whole lot of rebound opportunities. But yeah, we don't have to break into all that. It was a rough night, but we're going to bounce back. So these are the plays we're taking. I'm going to be taking Breanna Stewart over 3.5 assists. I love this line. This is the line that I took earlier with some of my slips from earlier today. As soon as I saw it on the board, I got pretty excited about it. So I wanted to take that for the video as well. And then I'm going to be staying in the flames with Caitlin Clark here. 32. I like 32 PRA. It's 32.5 on Underdog. I'm still taking the over on both of those. We are getting Breanna Stewart for 3.5 on Underdog. And then Nalissa Smith, I love this as well. 8 rebounds. I'm definitely taking the over on that. And then we're getting it at 8.5 on Underdog, and it's actually a scorcher. So I'll take the scorcher, and I'm going to take 8.5 over as well. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah. God help me with these names. I'm taking I'm gonna just say Lainey Hamilton because that's her last name. Not even try to say her first name. I'm taking Dejanay Carrington. For Lainey Hamilton, I should probably say what I'm taking at first. I'm taking her PRA over 21.5. That's her last name, by the way. So if you want to look her up by the last name, that's great. But and then Carrington, I'm taking her first half points under 6.5. Feeling really good about that line. We're getting all the same lines on Underdog, by the way, so loving that. And then I'm taking Jackie Young for over 23.5 PR on both platforms as well. I can say that name, Jackie Young.
All right. Well, there you go. There's 6. Now we're going to break them all down for you. Before we do, though, if you haven't signed up for Daily Grind yet, the DFS Optimizer is where it's at. Helps you cash more often, and it does all the work for you. Basically just puts all the best plays right in front of you and shows you the odds, compares those odds to other platforms, and it also shows you what this line is on other platforms. So you can kind of see the platform you're on. You can see if you're getting a discount or if you're paying too much for it. It's a really killer tool. You can get 25% off of any of their tools. Just go to dgfantasy.com, use code BACKDOOR, and they will hook you up with a 25% off discount over however long you make your first subscription, all the way up to a year. So if you want to check that out, as always, there's a link in the description. So let's get into these plays now. Brianna Stewart. I like this play a lot. Over her last 5, she's only cleared it twice, but all the games she missed it, she was right there knocking on the door with 3. The matchup is pretty tough, second in assists allowed, but I do like this play a lot. 35.7 minutes per game is what she's averaging over the last 5, and just 3 fouls per game, so not really getting in foul trouble. Let's take a look at the head-to-head here. So she's cleared it 5 out of her last 9, and last time she matched up, she went for 5. So I do like this play. It's pretty heavily juiced on the optimizer. If we take a look here, 3.5, they have it at a 53.13% odds to hit the over at a minus 142. And everyone that has this at 3.5 has it at a minus 130 or higher. But once again, if you don't like it, just fade it. The top play that the optimizer has is the under on her rebounds. If you would rather take that, it's at 9 on Prize Picks. They have the under at 54.63% odds to hit the under, minus 151. So super juiced, but I personally just like the assist better. So I'm going to be taking that for more. And yeah, we're getting that same line on underdog. So moving on to Caitlin Clark. Wow, we were just talking about Caitlin. It's like her team caught up to her skill set. We both kind of were talking about that because her assists have been just out of control lately. 4 out of her last 5 games, she's gone for 11 assists or more. But I do like the full PRA here. Let's see, 38.9 minutes a game. She's just in there all game, just 3.2 fouls, shooting 38% from the field on 12.6 attempts. Only 31% from 3 on 9 attempts. So we know that that's going to go up pretty soon here. Making it to the free throw line, about 4 attempts per game, shooting 85%. So definitely feeling good about her going over this, averaging 7.8 rebounds over this 5-game stretch. So yeah, feeling really good about this. And I just, it's like the iron's hot right now, so I'm going to keep going here. And then both times that she's matched up against Washington, she's cleared this. She went for 44 on the 7th, and then on the 19th, this is in June, on the 19th, she went for 36. So she's in the flames right now. So I'm gonna keep going here with it. But the matchup is okay. 7th in points allowed, 7th in rebounds allowed, and 4th in assists allowed. So yeah, we're lucky. We have a really great slate, 5 games, coming off this Taco Tuesday where there's only 1 WNBA game. Kind of a bummer, but we get to bounce back with this massive slate. So I definitely want to take this over. And this line is at 32.5. Once again, we're getting it at 32 on Prize Picks, 32.5 on underdog. And then Nalissa Smith for this last play. I was looking at her points rebounds too. I do like the rebounds. If you take a look at that, 4 out of her last 5, some of these monster games, she just had 15, 14, 11. That's why I feel totally comfortable taking that 8.5 on underdog. 7th in rebounds allowed as far as the matchup goes. So I'm not really concerned there as far as matchup. We can look specifically to the forwards. It's even better, 9th in rebounds allowed. So she's averaging just under 30 minutes a game, 29.8 minutes. Does have a little bit of a foul issue here, 3.8 fouls per game over the last 5. So hopefully she doesn't really get herself into foul trouble where she might have to sit for a little bit longer than she normally would. But I think she'll be able to take care of business here. And let's take a look here at the optimizer. Optimizer has this one at 52.5% odds to hit the over. They have it as the best play for her on Prize Picks, minus 132. Once again, we're getting it at 8. Most platforms have it at 8.5, but I'm still taking it. You can see some of these still have it juiced to go over at 8.5. I don't know if I did the optimizer for Caitlin, but they have her PRA as the top play on Prize Picks for her as well. 52.24% odds to hit the over, minus 126. So DraftKings has us up at a -130, FanDuel at -122. But DraftKings does have that at 31.5, so it's probably about the same odds as DG's given us here. But FanDuel still has this favor to go over the 32.5 mark at -122. So I'm feeling good about her getting this done across the board. And I do like that Nalissa Smith is actually a scorcher, so we're getting a 1.1x on underdog. I still feel very comfortable taking that. If you guys do want to check out this app Outlier, you can see how it's super practical when you're trying to just vet your plays. You can look at the head-to-head matchup, last 5, last 10. You can also, or that's the performance there, the game history. You can look at your matchups, you can look at injury reports, and they give you insights about the players. So let's see. Yeah, no insights about the actual PRA, but it's a killer app. If you guys want to check it out, they're a partner of ours. They'll just let you try it out free for 7 days. There's a link in the description of the video. Just go through that link. You don't have to put in a code or anything. And just by going through that link, you'll get 7 days to just give this app a test run. And that covers my 3 plays, and I'm going to pass it over to Jordan to get in his plays.
Yeah, so to get into mine, I'm going to start off with Betnajah Lainey Hamilton. I'm just going to go with that, Lainey Hamilton. I'm taking her PRA over 21.5. I know it's a good, or it's a really tough matchup for her. First in points allowed, first in rebounds allowed, second in assists allowed, but she's gone over this in 4 straight games against them, including one on the 8th of last month. So I think a lot of the defensive rankings, I'm not trying to be like disrespectful in any way, but I think a lot of it has to do with just like the low amount of scoring and the lack of shooting percentages in the WNBA. There's no easy way to say that, but I'm pulling the Band-Aid off here.
Turnovers too.
Yeah, turnovers and all that stuff. So it all adds to defensive rankings. I know that these chicks are probably pretty good at defense because, I mean, they're almost ranked 1 in every category. But she's been killing this line. Over the last 10 games, she's gone over this in 8 out of 10 games, just barely missing it once and then having a little bit of a rough game in this matchup here. But she killed it the last time she played them. The last couple times she went for 23 in the last one and then 33-32. So she's been doing really well against them. Over the last 5 games, she's been doing great. 4 out of her last 5, she's gone over this, like I said, with just that one kind of bad game here. But yeah, her minutes look great too. She's getting almost 40 minutes a game, only averaging 2.2 fouls a game. So, you know, looking at this, it looks great to me. On Daily Grind, they don't agree with me though. It's just slightly juiced to go under. I feel good about the play. I think it's just because it's such a close play, and they're probably taking in the defensive category rankings and all of that. I don't really care about that. I feel great about this play. So I'm going to be taking this one over. So liking that play for her. And then let's move over to Jackie Young here. I feel great about her PR at 23.5. She's been killing this line as well. Over the last 6 games in the head-to-head, she's gone over this 5 out of 6 times. On the 19th of last month, she went for 32 points and 4 rebounds against them. So she's been killing, Seattle in this area. Over the last 5 games, she's gone over 4 out of 5 as well, and 12 out of her last 20 games. A little bit of an easier matchup for her, 4th in points allowed, 9th in rebounds allowed, so to her position. So she should be able to rip down enough rebounds and enough points. She's a good scorer, so I expect her to get most of this done, if not all of it done in scoring. But she has been getting really close, she's been going over this line with the rebounds too. So she's getting in that 20-point range with like 5 or 6 rebounds. So she's been killing it. So for this one on Daily Grind, this one is actually juiced to go over, at a 51% chance and a -120. So we're getting that line on underdog as well. So feeling pretty good about Jackie Young's line. And then the last one here I have is Dejanay Carrington for under 6.5 points in the first half. This is just one that I think looks pretty good on Outlier. And the history of the play, she's only gone over this a couple times in the year. Over the last 20 games, she's only gone over this 6 times. Over the last 10, she's only gone over it twice. So, as long as she doesn't have like a crazy scoring half, I think we're okay here. 3rd in points allowed. Like I said, I don't really know how much credibility you can give these defensive rankings when it comes to like, it's not like the NBA rankings where it's like you got, Boston versus like everyone else, or Minnesota playing really good defense. It's like all of these teams feel like they're in the top 10 of the defensive category, but in the head-to-head, she's never gone over this line against them. So I feel good about that. You know, dating all the way back to last year and this year, she's never gone over it. You know, she's getting a little bit more minutes than she was in that last play against them. It's only like 5 more minutes, but she's still not getting over this line, other than this one game against the Phoenix Sun, or I almost said Phoenix Suns. I don't know what their name is.
Mercury.
Yeah, it's Mercury. But so yeah, she's not been getting over this line really at all. So I feel good about this one to go under. So that's going to be my third and final play. On my wrapping up note here, if you guys want to go check out Chalkboard, definitely check them out. They've been a lot of fun. You know, luckily I just stayed to almost just playing a little bit of Prize Picks today. I kind of had a busy day, or else I probably would have taken very similar lines and had an even worse night over there on Chalkboard. But if you guys want to check out Chalkboard, they're way too much fun. You can get really flexible lines over there, and you can bump them up and down. So if you feel really good about Jackie Young and you're like, hey, I think she can go for 25 or 26 points and rebounds, you can bump her up to 24.5 or 25.5 and get a really high multiplier on that. Or you could bump her down. If you don't think she's going to clear 23.5, you could bump her down to 22.5 or 21.5 and get a lower multiplier on that. So definitely a really fun app to check out. Link in the description for that. If it doesn't auto-populate the code, use code backdoor at checkout and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. And that's it for me.
All right. If you guys do want to come join our Discord community, it's a really killer community. We work together as a team, and you know, they're still loading in their slips from tonight, but we have a lot of fun in here. We have 2 extra analysts, and we've got all sorts of different sports that we're covering. From esports, we do a lot of esports, baseball, soccer. We've been doing golf and tennis, just about everything that is available on these platforms. We cover it in our Discord. And if you go through the Patreon link, we just use that to manage our subscriptions right now. So if you sign up through Patreon and then you go into the settings on Patreon, there's an option there to just connect external apps, and then you just connect Discord. It's very simple to do, and then it'll unlock the whole Discord channel for you. If you decide to join us, though, make sure you hop in our community chat once you're in the Discord. Let us know you're new so we can show you around. So we do have like a sort of a rhythm to how we do things in here, and just kind of works a little bit smoother if you know how to approach the Discord. It's not super technical or anything. There are just some ways that you can get the most out of it. So we want to welcome you on top of that if you are joining the Discord. So yeah, that covers it. Sorry, I'm just not dozing off, but I'm ready for bed. It's not that late. We used to go till like 4 a.m. waiting on these picks during NBA and NFL last year. But yeah, I've been getting up early lately, so it's almost 1 where I'm at. But anyways, guys, again, 6 picks. I know it's more than last time, and we're coming off a rough day, but we just wanted to give you more options. We feel good about these plays. So remember, you don't have to take everything. If you don't feel good about it, you always got to make your own decisions with your plays. So if there's any plays you don't like, just fade them. But we feel good about them. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.